Welcome to the latest episode of Branding the Experience. We discuss ways where we can create environments where employees actually want to come to work and customers want to keep coming back. Hi, I'm Ken Bader, your host for Branding the Experience. I'm also your organizational culture and world-class service standard expert here with our latest episode, Branding and Coffee. So those of you that know me know that I love coffee. I drink it well into the afternoon sometimes. I'm not a morning person, so I love my morning cup of joe. That's why we're in my wife and my kitchen today, because I wanted to talk about branding and coffee, especially because I just got back from one of my favorite coffee shops, which is Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf. Those of you that live in the California area are well aware of Coffee Bean. And I just bought some brand new beans, which is their Espresso Dark Roast. Very good, highly recommend it. But I also, one of my other go-to coffees and my usual coffee is actually Blue Angel coffee. It's a coffee that's made by an active police officer. Also very good coffee. If I had to be really technical about it, I think the Blue Angel coffee is slightly better than the Coffee Bean, but they're really, really close. I would say these are my two favorite coffees right now. I order the Blue Angel coffee, and when I'm in a pinch, I'll go and get some Coffee Bean coffee. So what does branding and coffee have to do with each other? Well, obviously, these are two different brands of coffee, but I enjoy them both. But both of them have a story and an experience about them. Now, I don't have Starbucks here, but if you've read my book, if you've seen some of my other content, I've used Starbucks as an example of a way to brand the experience because they have a very consistent way of doing things. But as I've said with Starbucks, it's not just about the coffee. It's about the overall experience with the customer. And here are two brands that also understand that. First off, yes, the Coffee Bean coffee is a good tasting coffee. I would say it's better tasting than Starbucks, although I don't have a problem with Starbucks. I think that Coffee Bean is a tastier coffee in terms of a brand, but it's also not just the coffee with them. Case in point, when I went to go buy these particular beans, this wasn't the original bag that I had brought up to the counter. I actually, by mistake, brought a decaf bag to the counter. And you know what? Slap my own hand. Shame on me, because decaf is like, why even bother? Drink water instead. I don't only drink coffee for the taste. I drink it because I like the little pick-me-up. And when I went up to the front of the counter, the lady behind that counter immediately said, "This is a decaf brand. This is a decaf bag. Did you specifically want decaf?" And I said, "Thank you so much," because I would have gotten home and been really, really ticked off that I had decaf coffee and would have had to make a run someplace else. So she steered me in the right direction, and that's part of the experience. She could have just simply gone about her business, scanned the bag, and said, "Hey, idiot, here's your decaf coffee," that you probably didn't want in the first place, and she would have been right if she thought that way. But she steered me in the right direction and made sure that I had the right purchase. Now, that may seem like a small thing, but to me, that was a big, big plus, and it was the type of experience that I get from Coffee Bean, which is one of the reasons why I go there over and over as my go-to place to get coffee on the road if I can and if I need coffee. But as I mentioned, my favorite tasting and my favorite coffee is Blue Angel coffee. Again, made by an active police officer. And not only is it the product is a great product, but also there's an experience with that as well. For instance, when I first signed up for the regular monthly shipments of coffee, I had made a big mistake and put in daily rather than monthly. Now, I like coffee a lot, but darn it, getting a whole bag of coffee every single day is a little bit much for me. So not only did they catch it, but the owner of this small business literally sent me a direct email and said, hey, just want to let you know you signed up for daily delivery. I don't think it's what you want. You just wanted to make sure. And of course I said, no, I want monthly delivery. I can't even drink that much coffee. So it was about the experience, not just the product. Now granted, I love the product. And unless I had a bad experience, I would continue to order it and continue on their monthly subscription. But the fact that he would go out of his way to make sure that I got exactly the service that I wanted, that's the type of experience that I want behind the people that I work with and behind the brands that I use. Not to mention that obviously from a branding standpoint, this is an awesome story that it's created by law enforcement, specifically for law enforcement. That is a great story and part of the brand, but even that would have fell short if I didn't have the experience with the owner. So remember, the big takeaway in our little branding and coffee episode is it's not just the coffee. You could have the best tasting coffee in the world, but if the experience in ordering it, getting it, and enjoying it isn't a great experience overall, you're not going to get a repeat customer. Thank you for spending some time with me today. Here's hoping that you're enjoying some great coffee and also branding the experience at a very high level for all those you serve. Take care.
Now a word from our sponsor, Bader Training and Consulting. BTC is the creator of the B plus C plus S formula. Our clients that implement that formula increase their net income by 124% and grow their business by 17% on average. The best place to start working with Bader Training and Consulting is with our B plus C plus S audit. The service pinpoints issues as well as attributes of your business's unique brand, culture, and strategy. Learn more or sign up for a B plus C plus S audit at www.btcinc.net/BCS-audit.